I just want to talk to you guys about some ideas to help you work better and understand how you feel in certain places, in certain time of the day, and then how you can take advantage of it. And I'll just be sharing with you guys on what is called the different brain waves. So there are 4 of them largely, and the first one is, I'll start with the beta brainwave. That is the brainwave that we're in when we are at work, when we're commuting, when we're talking to people, when we're in an exam hall. At that point, we are at alert. We're using our cognitive mind. Things are kind of congruent. We are interactive. We are lively. We're exchanging ideas and receiving ideas. We are productive, but then it's more around giving back. So essentially, I would say we are actually releasing from how much we know, and then we're also getting in and then analyzing what we're getting in. So things do not from the external environment get to our subconscious mind, but they get to our conscious mind. And of course, that's what I said earlier, the information you're getting is going through your analytical mind. For example, when you're listening to a motivational talk and that gets to your cognitive mind, you analyze it, if that aligns with you, if you believe that or not. And then when someone is talking to you and you doubt it, you don't believe it, you laugh at it, you just toss it aside. You are actually at a beta brainwave at that time. Then the next one is the alpha brainwave. This is the wave that we're usually at when we're having meditation. This is the time when we are reflecting, we're thinking deep, we're in a quiet environment. Even sometimes during gratitude, it tends to bring us into the alpha brainwave. And as staff and as colleagues, it's important to know when you are at this brainwave. At this time, you are more creative, you are more intuitive. You're kind of downloading information from the universe, from a source you don't even know. And at this time, you are more susceptible to change, to ideas, and to development. This is the time, sometimes when I share with you guys and I tell you people I was in a meeting with Jesus Christ on my right, and then next to him is Henry Ford. I call that, or we call that, the boardroom experience. And then on my left, you have Richard Branson, and then you have Obama at that end. Now, to have that experience, you need to be in certain brainwave. Of course, it's possible you must have experienced it before. That sometimes when you are in the bathroom, you're brushing your teeth, or you are in a bathtub, you're taking a shower and you're washing yourself. At that point, you're alone, you're just there, and then while you're doing that home chores, an idea just drops on your head. Have you experienced that before? When you're brushing your teeth, something just drops on your head. Usually, you are in that kind of a brainwave where an idea can easily drop. Something you've been thinking about, you've been looking for the solution for, and you've not been able to lay your hand on it. It just drops like that. So we all have that eureka moment, or we're likely to have that moment when we are in places like that. And of course, even when you're in the sitting room, in your bedroom, you can put yourself in that state by meditating, and that literally puts you in that alpha state. And then the next one in this list here is the theta state. Theta. This is an even deeper intuitive state. This is a point where you get to where anything is possible. You literally have solution to life's problem. This is a state you get to, a brainwave you get to, where you know in your knower, I have the answer to this problem. It might be at work or in your personal life or business. And I often try as much as possible, once in a day or once in 2 days, I try to put myself in this kind of a state where there's a challenge you're trying to find a solution to. If you're able to put yourself in this brainwave, and usually, like I said, through meditation, you can put yourself in this kind of a brainwave. And it's quite easy. Let me just talk about the 4th one, and then maybe today in our meeting, I could just talk about how to put yourself in this state, or maybe in our next meeting, I'll talk about that. So, and then 4th one is the delta brainwave. Now, this is the brainwave we're in usually when we're asleep, deeply asleep. And Vishen, he's the founder of Mind Valley, based in Malaysia. He's been able to explain so clearly that Even being awake, not asleep, you can still find yourself and bring yourself to that delta brainwave. What I often teach, even before I knew details about the different types of brainwave, years and years ago, close to 10 years ago, I often teach people or clients that, our clients, that when you are asleep, your conscious mind is actually not active at that time. And during this time, you can tap into your subconscious directly. And one of the ways is, for example, you have a need for money, or you have this disbelief about yourself. This thought keeps coming over and over. Once you're trying to think about you want to do something, this disbelief just comes. You struggle with it so much. You have low self-esteem and you're trying to come out of that. Usually when you find yourself struggling with this, one of the very easy ways to come out of it is you want to listen to an audio that repeatedly talks about the subject that you're trying to resolve in your life. They have this repetitive word. An example could be, in every way and in every time, I am better and better. I find something on the inside of me that tells me that I can do more and I can be more. I am more financially independent. I have all the money I want and I do not have any financial problem. Such things, now they are being repeated over and over. And there are certain music that puts you in this state. So some of these videos and audios are as long as 10 hours, 8 hours. And I often teach our clients then that if you listen to this audio at night when you are asleep, from say 10 p.m. to the next morning, say 6 a.m., and you do this consistently for 10 days to 20 days, you will realize that when going through the day, not even remembering what you listened to overnight, when you're going through the day and the thought comes again to I want to do this thing. Now that battle you have that I cannot do it, and then I cannot do it comes in and overrules what you're thinking. At certain points in time, when a thought comes, you cannot do it, or I cannot do it, I'm not able, I'm not capable, I don't know anyone, nobody helps me. Something else will come and overrule it that, no, I can, I am enough, I am more than enough. And then gradually that begins to override and rewrite the program in there. Just to wrap up, to just share something very amazing with you. So we had this client in the company back then, this was 7 years ago, who went through our session. Now she got to a point where she wanted to overcome this limiting belief. And then I told her about listening to this audio, this affirmation in the night when asleep. So she decided to try it out. I sent her what to be listening to. Then I think a week later she came back to me and then she told me the amazing results she was seeing. But do you know what was amazing? It so happened that she'd been struggling with insomnia for months. So she takes sleeping pills to sleep at night. Unknown to me. Now think about somebody who cannot even sleep by herself. Now listening to an audio that will ruin your sleep for the night. But do you know that when she started listening to this thing, even her sleep improved? Quite amazing. So these are the different brain waves that you can tap into and you can take advantage of. You're in a meeting, in a boardroom meeting, you're in a presentation, just prior to when you want to talk, and you're thinking about my lines. Am I getting my line straight? Do I know exactly what I want to say? And then you can right there put yourself in an alpha brain wave and be able to tap into your intuition and put your lines together.